Okay, here we go. All right. Here we are. GLHF to Andre. This is week 1 of season 4 of the 5D Chess League. The variant that we're playing is turn 0. This is the default variant. You are allowed to, like, by a gentleman's agreement, general people's agreement, to play any variant of your choice, but we just decided to go ahead with the default turn 0, which I haven't played in a while. I'm gonna have to de-rust a little bit here, but we're jumping right into the deep end. Our week 1 match is against Andre, who is of course a very strong player. So medium timer. This we're gonna play and then we're gonna swap colors. So as random colors, we rolled black game 1, but we'll have white game 2. And so let's get into it. Whenever you like, Andre, I'm ready. GLHF. Let's do this thing. Okay, muting GLHF. All right, GLHF, Andre. Let's go. Let's get this show on the road. Man, I really don't have a game plan. It's been so long. We always start knight f6. That's a gimme. Whoa, is that d4 coming out of Andre? Is this Andre? Did he get sniped? Hello? It wasn't so long ago that Andre swore to us. That Andre swore to us that he would only ever play e3, not in so many words, but knight f3, e3 is all I've ever seen him play. Question is what we do against this. You know, I'm not really positive. Maybe kick the bishop to start with. Seems a little scary. Okay, so I guess we kind of have two options, right? Well, do we need to? I feel like we can either... Do we want to match? Or do we want to play bishop f5? Oh, I really wish... Man, I'm trying to remember all of the theory. All the intuition, all the intuition for this variant that we built up when this variant was like the only thing that anybody played. But I don't really know. Okay, we don't want to flag at the outset, that's for sure, right? And you know what? Probably making the same move ourselves isn't so bad. The thing about kicking this bishop is that if it just goes back and defends f2, then that's like a pretty happy position for this bishop. Just getting our light square bishop off of the home square is good because we want to push e6 eventually to unlock the dark square bishop and also to open up the queen's eyes to the f6 square, right? So we're just gonna go ahead and do that. We have to not flag. Just because it's tournament doesn't mean that not flagging is any less important, right? Anybody remember how to play this game? God damn. A little bit nervous. We got turny nerves, but a little bit turny nerves isn't the least healthy thing in the world. I feel like we always have we always have turny nerves. I apologize in advance if I don't have the most enticing play-by-play commentary here, just because A, I'm a little scatterbrained today, but B, this is our first time in a long time that we've been playing a 5D Chess League match, right? So it's important. It's important for us to do well, so I might have to go quiet time just to really focus. Ryan recently became unburdened? How ominous. Oh, geez. As a quantum physicist, you should go for supersymmetry? Oh, yikes. Don't talk to me about supersymmetry. Not exactly my field. Always copy the first 4 moves of the opponent and you can't go wrong. Doubt, but also to some extent, probably. Probably, right? I don't know how. I don't know how, but we're ahead in time. I don't know what the hell happened. Wow. Super symmetry. Very good, Floyd. Very nice. Always flag your opponent, of course. Great thing about copying is you don't have to use any time. Maybe. Andre forgot to plan for the 5th move, which is a good sign, probably. I'm not sure whether I play Cement today or next Saturday. Andre and Dreamer back-to-back sounds like a tall order, man. Dreamers are next. We really got the short end of the stick with these matchups here. Andre week 1, Dreamer week 2. I think could have gone worse as if we had Ryan right after that. What are we doing? That's the move that I wanted to play anyway. I think we just will. Yeah, why not? I mean, it's weird that we're sort of playing like the first 5 moves symmetrically, but I just agree with it. It's just the most flexible. Alternatively, Andre marked Bishop G4 as refutable on the fly. Always a possibility. It's been so long since we had a turn 0 variant. How long ago was season 2? It feels like forever ago. Because I remember season 2, I was still like trying to find and watch people's games and like learn from them. All right, well, this one's pretty easy. I think we definitely just pull back here. Defend F7. Wow, he thinks this is good? Maybe it is. Who knows? That's a little spooky. It's a little spooky. Well, now we're locked into asymmetry here. I know it's weird because for as long as we've got this bishop, I guess he comes in like this. And then what do we do? Probably knight up, right? Kick this guy. And then if he wants to trade in, then I mean, there's little to be done about that. Yeah, so now he's got his kingside pawns up. And so if he wants to, like, the only refuge that he has is the queenside, but like a queenside castle is also sketchy because of the way the structure is. We've got this bishop looking straight toward his queenside, right? I also feel like I've definitely played this game. Probably many people have played this exact game so far. Many times over. The symmetry, it is lost. Rip in peace, symmetry. You should add arrows to the game. I have been crusading for arrows in this game forever. I even put up a bounty. There's a Discord for basically modders of this game, and I put up a bounty. I was like, listen, I'll send a few $100 to whoever can figure out how to mod arrow drawing into the game. And actually, there was some progress that was made. But you know, everyone's doing their own thing. People are busy. Everyone's in school or they've got work or whatever, so it hasn't happened yet. But I could just download an app for arrow drawing. I know that you can just do like an overlay, but I wanted it to be in the game so that you could like move around, you know, and scroll around and the arrows follow, you know, they like follow along with the... I wanted something less jank. But what does it mean? But what does this mean? This is kind of scary. Wow, he's really gung-ho about this, huh? What does it mean, chat? I don't want this bishop to be stuck. What is happening? What if I just park this bishop here? What then? pulls his bishop up and then forces like a trade that doesn't look very good for me. What if we play h5 here? Then what happens? Because then he can't push this. If he takes, then we take with the rook. Is that bad for us? I'm compelled to just rattle this off. I'm compelled to just rattle this off. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you. I actually want to moon first and sink later. Let's see. I have the Hyperbolica soundtrack on alongside this too. Good. How's it going, Ship? Glad you're enjoying the soundtrack. It's good to see you here. How's it going? I'd pay $200 for functional entanglement, Shogi. D4, D5 structures have been by far the most popular opening, according to the database. Wow. That's funny because the flavor of the month, like in the meta, it definitely, when I was still playing actively, which I mean, okay. When I was last in a competitive environment where the focus was turn 0, I don't know why I didn't just expect this straight up. Makes sense, right? Now what do we do? But E3 was definitely gaining more popularity over D4. That's kind of where the scene was when I left off. Well, this is concerning. I am concerned. Knight's pinned. By pushing this... By pushing h5 instead of h6... I really have made life difficult for myself because now this bishop is basically... It's got this outpost, right? It's really difficult to shake it from here. I guess unpinning my queen is an option. We need to defend and punish this overextension of the kingside structure. What if we defended with this rook? That's probably bad. God, this is suddenly scary because the queen here and then we've got some deadly... We've got issues. What if I just push my queen up? This sack happens, takes happens. Queen out happens, and queen over can't really happen because of this knight here. The alternative, of course, is the sackage of this bishop, or the trade of this bishop immediately. Which is of non-negligible concern. What if push up? Trade and then g6 and then it's probably then trade then takes takes maybe you don't even need g6, right? What if takes and you just queen c7? Is that crazy? letting him take just feels really bad. Takes. The only issue with Queen C7 is that if I develop my knight to D7, which I want to, the queen doesn't see F7 from there. This is such a complicated position. I don't want to overthink it too late. But I think it's probably safer to do that. And this king is undefended. Let's just do it. I don't know. We need to moon first. And it's not like I have a much better candidate move. So we're just gonna do this. Maybe knight here and then we castle. And he doesn't have time to set up anything like super detrimental. Maybe? I don't know. We're like a minute behind in time, which isn't the worst. It's not ideal, but... there is so much going on. If we don't get Shrek'd, this is going to come down to an interesting endgame. Okay, we kind of expected that. Now the question is what we're actually doing. We undefend this pawn by doing this. And again, maybe we get an interesting queen bishop battery. What if now I close this diagonal? Is that crazy? Or even still, what if I take this pawn? Taking the pawn's probably bad. Or is it? What if I do this here? What if he kicks? Okay, let's get realistic. Candidate moves. I don't think that I can afford... I don't think that this is the right play, because it lets him sack here. And that just seems pretty awful. I think I want to kick this knight, but doing so at the cost of, like, this undefending our G-pawn feels not great. But, like, What else can we do? This enables us to bring our rook over, which would enable us to bring our knight over, which would enable us to castle, get our king out of there. And it lines up the queen. Okay, but what if... You know what? Moon first. I'm not in love with my position. This game is so hard. Oh, it's been so... my turn 0 muscles. Like, turn 0 is full of really crucial decisions and sharp positions like this. But they feel not very honed at the moment. Oh, jeez. By the way, I got a new PC. I can finally play 5D chess at proper frame rates. Grats, man. Need those frame perfect clicks. It's funny. And they call him Cement Time Trouble Turk. Do they now? No, I'm sure some people do. Whenever there's no early F2 sack, I hear this game is so hard. This game is hard regardless. But no, that harkens back to what we were talking about earlier, right? Like what Mage was saying, where he likes turn 0 because the game plan is clear. You just jump for F7 or F2 or whatever. But no, it's true. I mean, the game is harder when but well, in this case, F2 is still getting insanely pressured. So it's hard just to get our head above water. All we're trying to do here is get to an endgame, essentially. And also look for, like, cheeky ways to punish our opponent's overextension. We're behind by a little over a minute. We've definitely been behind more time than this. But if we're going to go into an endgame, then we need every second that we can get, right? Yeah, I think this makes for a good... Rook F8 situations, defended by the bishop, which is nice. And then it'll be defended by the knight as well. But then only one thing will be defended. Sure, it's fine. Here, and then takes, and then here. It's probably fine. Right? 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 Playing 5D chess on a quantum supercomputer when... Let's wait for the quantum computer to come out. Not that that would be very relevant anyway. Yeah, that's not how quantum computing works. Kind of. Actually, it might for checkmate detection. Yeah, that's true. It would actually help a lot, huh? Sadly, quantum supercomputer will just solve every chess game. I don't know why that's sad, because like right now computers have done a great job with chess. But professional chess isn't in shambles, right? It is how I do it. Very nice. No, yeah, I don't think the fact that the game is solved by, you know, some like omnipotent forces in any way demeans the value of the game as a human endeavor. Solving is different than what it is now. No, I mean, yeah, I agree with you, but I don't think it matters. I think that the day that there exists an entity that can play chess perfectly, I don't think that that changes like the landscape of chess, right? Because it's just like virtually completely unfeasible for that to be relevant to human play, right? Like humans already can't utilize engines to get much better than other humans. So like as much as they memorize, you know, lines, and as much as engines have changed the way that prep works, humans haven't like matched human level to meet what like computer level is. That's just not how it works. Hard agree. JK, I know nothing, Lamau. Unless you start hooking up AI to human brains through BMIs and such. Is very relevant because humans memorize so much stuff. Yeah, but they don't memorize everything that there is to memorize, right? Like humans have a limited depth of, you know, memorization. Like opening prep right now isn't limited by how deep computers can go. It's limited by how much information humans can hold in their brains, right? Heads up limit poker has been solved and is still played for high stakes even. There you go. Yeah. AlphaGo plus human play was leagues better than AlphaGo, despite AlphaGo being leagues better than humans. Yeah, but Go is still played without AI, right? Like, I mean, granted, AlphaGo did do a lot, as far as I understand, in terms of like human understanding of Go. The way that I would say AlphaZero has to some extent done for humans, but it hasn't. It's an interesting one. Does it change the fact that this is our play? That's an interesting move. It kind of forces the issue. I think because this bishop defends, we don't have to worry about it, maybe. Taking here, obviously, blunders made in one, for anyone wondering. Probably have to do something with this rook, right? Then again, what if we don't? Imagine that we just play bishop g3 here. Then what happens? If takes, then takes. That's a little wacky, right? Okay, I'm leaning towards rook f8, where we have the recapture. And that rook would be defended. We do have to consider... If here, then maybe that's sketchy. I am insanely tempted to play this move. I don't know if it's losing. Here takes check. Moves away. Check, forced recaptures queen here. Oh, then maybe he's got like a one turn in the past travel that actually loses the game. We probably play rook f8. It feels weird. It doesn't look incredible, but we need time. I don't have a better idea. Let's just do this. I'm wondering about knight bd7. Because it's an obvious, like, it's a move that you really want to play, but it does... No, because something will always be defending f7, right? Like, if this take happens, then you recapture with this knight, which is probably what you want to do to maintain this, like, queen-bishop battery. And then so the turn that the rook is taken and undefends f7, your queen will defend f7 if you recapture with the knight. Oh, jeez. I just want to get my knight out in castle. What's a brother got to do to castle around here? Oh, jeez. Do you play Gosamet? Asks Breen. Whoa, okay. I mean, there's not a lot we can do about this. This is just gonna happen, right? Yeah, wow, now is the time. I've played like a very, very, very tiny amount of Go a long time ago. I'm really interested in the game, like, a lot. I know the basics, and I've like watched a little bit of Go, but I don't play it. Definitely not. But I'd love to learn more of it. If you had 10k points challenge to Go, yeah, that'd be fantastic. I have no idea what my rating is. Would you ever do a teaching stream? Teaching what? Like a game or like teaching? or what? Teaching 5D chess? I've played Pokemon Go. I've played a little bit of Pokemon Go as well. The Pokemon Go comment is so underrated. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Pokemon Go is a pretty bad variant of Go. Would you bring someone in and have you teach it Go on this stream? I would love to do a collab with a Go streamer. That would actually be fantastic. I don't know how many there are, but if we did like they teach me Go, I teach them 5D chess, I would really love that. I think that'd be great. I still have to put together, both of us have been super busy, but Shogi Explained, aka Time Zombie. All right, well that's why we put this here, right? Now this happens? Is that what's going on? Is that the idea? Oh, jeez. Where does this go? Hold on. Pause. Everyone pause. Everyone pause. What's happening? Nothing of mine has been on E7 since that pawn, right? What is happening? I'm scared. I think I want to not waste time and kind of just let the pieces fall where they may, to some extent. Like, I don't really know. Is it like a here takes... Maybe we just do this, try and cover our asses, move this knight up finally, and then castle. Like, I don't really know what's happening. But hey, we're both super low on time. Getting down to the wire. We're up a bishop, right? It's a bishop for rook exchange, never mind. Oh. That seems crazy. Oh, this bishop is kind of locked in, huh? I didn't really consider that. Kind of lock the bishop in. What if we push this pawn, and then we push it again? And we try and get it F2. Our opponent's 2 minutes down on the clock. We're in a super volatile position here. I am afraid. I'm definitely afraid. Doesn't feel fantastic. Ooh. I think we castle. I don't really know what else to do, and I kind of want to throw the clock at my opponent. And then I think push this pawn, because this pawn being undefended feels... Wow, he backed off, huh? Question is, okay, so he's got to... Because we undefended this for a single turn before we castled, which was my concern, by the way. And the single turn is here, so he wants to travel here. Right? Yes, he wants to travel here. So then you have to go here or here. This seems insane. But it would cover our ass. In terms of his ability to travel. Doesn't feel great, huh? Well, the good news is, if he takes this here, then we could ostensibly travel to somewhere spicy on this board and recapture with this pawn, or sorry, with this knight rather. Maybe we want to play for that. Can we? Oh god, it's so much calculation that has to go into this now. I need a place where I can actually... Alright, if I go here with my queen, then that works, right? I'm gonna push this pawn. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. This is spicy. I did declare earlier that leaving this undefended for another turn also seems kind of insane. Seems like a crazy decision. But, you know, the best defense, etc., right? Does he have that travel immediately? 'Cause that would be unfortunate. No, it's next turn. Oh, but I actually didn't allow myself. I may have fucked up. Chat, did I fuck up? I think I did. I think I was hasty in my calculations. So wait till their turn. Oh, then again. If I take there, he can't go immediately and he can't check me, right? So what if I take on that square? And then he doesn't go? Then I can go somewhere else, right? No! No! Oh, I meant to undo! Chat! Oh, now I lost for sure. I meant to undo and play queen takes h4. It was a misclick. Oh, I hit submit move instead of undo. That's ruined me. Oh, chat. I made the most useless possible move. It's actually detrimental. Dude. Oh, that's crushing. I misclicked. Okay, well, We gotta try and make lemonade, right? Oh, man. Really? Now we can just travel. Okay. Now it goes there. His next turn. Of course it does. And now I don't, because of the way that I've played this, he can just wait and then get a... I'm upset. Spilt milk. There's no, well, there's nothing we can do about it. We already made the move, so it's fine. Oh my god. Balls. Throwing for content. This will make a great thumbnail. I think it's okay. I mean, it's not, we always can make a thumbnail. It's not the best thumbnail in the world. It'll make a thumbnail. Won't be happy about it. He's nerfing himself for Andre's sake. Yeah, of course. Yeah, okay. Now we just go super far back. Well, as far back as we can go, pretty much, right? And then we can capture with the knight. I guess we'll do this. I guess we'll do this. Why the F I'm dying from laugh? It's kind of toxic and disrespectful. That's pretty sad. I mean, I'm glad you're deriving amusement for it. If neither of us were deriving amusement for it, I guess that would be strictly worse than what's happening, right? Man. That was so silly. That was such an unforced error. There isn't even anything that we can do, because he can just deliver check. He can just sack his queen right in, right? And so we definitely lose. What a start to season 4 of the 5D Chess League. No, if it's fine. I mean, we can sulk, but it's not really going to fix anything. Is there anything we can do to prevent? We can't deliver check right now, can we? No. No openings. All the pawn structures are symmetric, so... And we can't really go back to... before. And even if we did go back, it wouldn't enable us to get like a better... to defend that square any better. Technically, this queen can actually defend though, right? It can't defend triagonally, unfortunately, because we couldn't go back far enough in time for the first travel. But if we go to here, it doesn't matter. You can still check us. It doesn't make any difference. But actually, oh, we flagged anyway. Whatever. Whatever. Oh, man. Hey, it happens, right? All right. Sad. All right. GG. Well, what a silly game. We spent all that time and energy. And for what? Just to misclick and lose. Okay. Hey. Here we are. It's a new game, new life. Like that anime, No Game, No Life. Except new. This is game 2 in week 1 of season 4 of the 5D Chess League. We are playing against Andre. We just played a game where, very unfortunately, I think we had a decent position, but we misclicked and it led to our undoing mentally, if not on the board. I think we were pretty wrecked on the board as well. But that's fine. Now we reset. That game has ended. We had black anyway. Yeah, everyone knows the black game is a throwaway game, even though I think we really could have won. But that's fine. Here we are. The onus is now on us as the white player to aggress, to win, and to equalize so that we don't start off 0-2 in week 1 of the 5D Chess League. Here we go. Turn 0, medium timer. We have white. We haven't played this variant in a hot minute. Well, let's do this. Let's do this. Crazy. I'll explain after the match. Here we go. GLHF to Andre. Game 2. Here we go. Okay. We got to reset. We got to get all the blunders out. We got to not get in our own head. I think it's safe to say we're going to go D4 C3 here. Just our standard little opening here. And you know what? I think we might play. It didn't work out for Andre, but I think we are going to blitz out Bishop G5 here. See what he has to say about it. It's not the usual for me, by the way. I always play. Interesting that he thinks that this is a good response. We probably push this pawn, right? Defend the knight right off the bat. Threaten to put our bishop here. That seems decent. He aggressed pretty hard, and it gave him a position that I'm not entirely convinced is winning. I think probably it felt like I had a better position that game. There's a bit of a contentious debate in the chat, though. Ryan really thought that Andre only had one thing going for him, and otherwise he was in a much poorer spot. I wouldn't be so sure. I wouldn't speak with such authority, but I think in general, he's kind of right. I think here, we're happy to do a little bit of this. Is this bad? This feels good. Is this good? It feels bad. Fuck. All right, no, let's blitz it out. Let's blitz it out. I'm feeling Bishop D3. I'm feeling Bishop D3. I'm feeling Bishop D3. Ooh. This is quite a decision we have on our hands, huh? This is quite the decision we have on our hands. I'm conflicted. Conflicted between taking here, which doesn't feel fantastic. He's taking with the H pawn. Opens up his rook. It's just not. Seems relatively impotent. It just doesn't feel great. I don't know. Why not? Moon first. You know, let's just do it. Let's just do this. Let's just see what happens. He recaptures. Of course he does. What else is he going to do? It does mean that this pawn isn't here to kick our bishop, though, right? Which might be good. Might be good. No, I want to either move my knight out like this or move my queen up like this, and I can't decide which. I can't super decide which. Yeah, I'm kind of tempted. Like I don't think that we're gonna get a lot of play out of this or anything. Maybe with the knight up here. Could you imagine? Knight up here, and then there's a little dangerino here on this G6 square. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting, because now there's a Discoverino if he moves his knight up, huh? But no. Yeah, but then what does it threaten? Where's his knight gonna go? Here? We're defending f7. Why don't we just do this now? Right? And then, because if something happens, we can always just take, and then it's like a forced recapture. I kind of like knight up here. Is this silly? Taking here, obviously, he can't take back because otherwise it's mate in one. It feels kind of irresponsible, but I'm willing to grip it and rip it in this situation. Let us first grip and subsequently rip. That is official 5D chess terminology for those of you new to the game. No cap. Should I be more scared than I am? It's likely, huh? Okay, I guess the issue is takes, boom, and then here doesn't prevent a travel. With like a here and then takes and then takes and then takes. And then he's got like a bishop that can mate us. Do we calculate? Or do we, or do we perform the aforementioned gripping and subsequent ripping? Okay, let's think. He's gonna get here. I really gotta use the restroom. No, because he wants to get to here. I could just pull the rook over. I mean, we gotta do this, right? Takes. Just play random moves. Okay, so here is the board he wants to get to. So next turn it'll be there. Takes here. So it'll be there. Then after his move it'll be let's just do this. Because we probably want to, right? I do want to make sure that I don't just lose to this queen coming out here. Probably don't, right? Because this prevents that from even happening. Oh, thank God I noticed in time that this knight is here. So actually, I can't even see this square. If I do this, he can just take. You just take it, right? Not my finest work. Okay. But now if we back up, which doesn't feel fantastic. This is kind of cool. Right? Aw, but it doesn't work. Hey, this is actually really cute, huh? Knight here, forced only move recapture or he travels. And then this is mate, but it's not because on this move, the pawn here recaptures. So it doesn't work. But does that give me like a better position maybe? That's way too cheeky. There's no way that that's good, right? There's no way that that's good. It's cute. No, I shouldn't waste time on this because it doesn't actually do anything, does it? His queen could not recapture for the same reason that the pawn can't recapture, right? Is there actually stuff here? No, right? But then he gives me a move on this board, and I don't have any juice left in the tank anyway. If I take here, that's still not good. Although it would force a recapture. Like, takes here. If the queen recaptures, then we have... The only problem is he could just move away. I didn't realize I'd given myself so many opportunities. I am now in a position where I've spent so much of my time trying to figure out if there's like a sort of cheeky, cheesy sack that I've thrown away so much of my time to play like an actual straightforward game of 5D chess where I have white. The nice thing is if I use a timeline and he uses a timeline, then I can defend this pawn from like up here from 2 timelines away with the queen. Which is like a benefit, if that makes sense, which is a benefit of having a C2 here. And he can't check if he comes back to like this turn or any prior turn. I really have to use the restroom so badly, chat. What do I do? Okay. I really have to pee. The caffeine. Takes. Forced only move unless he travels. Takes. Forced only move. Nothing good. Nothing good, right? Make a safe move and run for it. There's a lot of minutes. Or maybe make an unsafe move and run for it. I might actually have to do the mid match. It hasn't worked out for us well in the past. If I go here and he goes here. If I go here and he goes here, then I have check Discoverino. What if I go here and he just takes? I need to use the restroom so badly. Is there any follow-up? Is there any follow-up? Let's get creative, chat. What I remove my knight from this timeline, right? Knight to e6 plus i3. Play a complex move? That's a funny joke. That's pretty good, Dreamer. This is a waste of time. And I'm ashamed of myself for wasting everybody's time like this. Because this isn't the 5D chess that I'm proud of. You know what I mean? Surely this is good, though. Takes. Or maybe I make a waiting move in between. So that he can't recapture from this board. Like this. I need to pee so badly. That's actually where the fifth dimension appears. Okay. Chat. Here we go. We're back, chat. Wow, immediate response? Sucks. Okay. All right. Okay. Question is now, what do we do? I'm tempted to do this. Obviously, if we take this immediately, then he can just recapture. I'm tempted to do this to force him to... Because if bishop takes, then we can just take here, right? I want to take this knight, I think. Because then he's also got an undefended... Like, he's got a diagonal here he has to defend. What an absolute mess. Oh, he can take it with the queen. Like that. He can't defend this pawn, but he can put his queen in a place that defends the pawn. That's something I hadn't considered. This prevents him from doing that though. But if I do anything that's not forcing like that, if I do something that's not forcing, then he can just put his knight here. That I hadn't considered. Wow, this is a real shit show. This was so poorly thought out by me. I'm playing such bad 5D chess. Here. And we cry. I didn't realize that he could just pull his... He could recapture there with his queen. Like, of course he can, right? This was so poorly thought out. I only have 4 minutes to figure out how to lose. there anything that we can threaten that he absolutely has to respond to in a way that isn't knight here? If we do this and then knight here and then takes. What about this? No. What about this? Knight here. Knight here. Takes. Take. Knight here. And then he's got the same threats that he had before, right? Chat. Chat, I've got pie time left. At least our knight here threatens his queen there, but he was going to move that queen anyway. So it's not like it really makes any difference. Jeez. Here forces only move pretty much, which is take here.
The mysterious, the unexplainable. That is why you are here. And now, for the first time, we are bringing to you the full story of what happened on that fateful day. The incidents, the places. My friend, we cannot keep this a secret any longer.
We could inactive soft mate in exile. But of course we're not going to do that. Can't take here because queen here, huh? What if queen here? Okay, what if take here? Or no, sorry, queen just takes straight up, right? Here and then the queen just captures. Guess let's do this. Ah, what a shit show. What a shit show. Oh, chat. This is pretty bad. Don't let your pride get in the way of not doing an active soft mate. Too late. It's not about pride, it's about principle. There's a difference. I'm a man of principle. I'm not that attached to my pride. How many minutes of calculation was that? Too many. To calculate something so impotent. We played this poorly. I think as much as I told myself not to get in my own head, it didn't work very well. I could have just played a normal game. I think that this was a cop-out. I think that in some sense, I gave myself the option to bail out of playing like a fair game. 2 of restroom and 4 of moves. Double kappa? Yeah. Not proud of this. Not proud of this. If only we had another travel. That'd be pretty good, right? Travel to right here. People really gotta stop going for travels that they don't see made for. I agree. I mean, I would characterize these as extenuating circumstances. I guess we'll go for this. Or will we? I didn't really do this because I thought it was good. I did this as a result of the sunk cost fallacy. No. I'm not proud of my gameplay. Here. And that queen takes it. And then this queen maybe goes here or something. Right. Yeah. Then we gotta set up a Jurassic and a half, huh? I guess we'll go here. We don't have very much time, then we'll go here. Yeah, why not? Yes, soft made in one though. Narik, I'm not going for inactive soft made. It's just not gonna happen. Stop trying to make inactive soft made happen. It's not gonna happen. Well, we gotta play quick now, regardless of the decisions that we've already made. It's interesting. What a good square for the knight. What a good square for the knight E4 is. Decides against it. Interesting. How far back? What does it look like? Where we can go? It's not a terrible Jurassic either. Can that queen go next turn? That's pretty rough, buddy. Here I think we take this and then maybe kick this queen. Maybe, right? That way he can't just recapture with the rook. Oh, but then if he has a travel this turn, let's see, what would that be? F6. F5, F4, F3. That doesn't seem fantastic. Do it. Oh, with the knight, huh? Alright. I think it's safe to say we take here and go here and hope that we didn't just lose. Yeah. No timeout for our clock, so that feels good. This way he can't take here without losing a queen. Not mind-blowing, but beggars and choosers, right? Developing the knight here, I think, makes a lot of sense. These are short-term plays, though. They're not going to get us out of the long-term nightmare that we've sort of engaged ourselves with. Honestly, like, here and then a travel to here is kind of spooky. Like these Jurassics, I can only set up so many times before. Well, before I can't anymore, right? So, I mean, he's not like incredibly safe. No, I don't think someone like Andre would blunder this position so easily. Not as easily as we would blunder this position. He has used a lot of his time. We're not one to talk, but, you know, relatively. Classic cement 1 minute on the clock when your opponent has 10. I had 1 minute when my opponent had like, I don't remember, maybe 16 or something. No, but this game isn't our best work. I'm very unproud of the way that I played this game. I don't think it's I don't think that it's pro league material, you know. I think that it copped out of playing a real game by going for line of play that I like spent an irresponsible amount of time engaging with, even though it was pretty clear that there was nothing concrete at the end of it. After being slightly mentally shaken by making a really bad misclick the previous game. But it is what it is. Here we are. Game's not over yet. We've got a minute on, we've got breath in our lungs and a minute on the clock. Which is all you need. That's all you need. I believe this year's Super Cement comes out. My new listed advice: see a free piece, take a free piece, copy your opponent's first 4 moves. Never travel if you don't see a checkmate. Oh, under ordinary circumstances, I wouldn't. It was a reach. I don't believe in irresponsible travels like this. Mine's a little blown. What's the mate? Well, I mean, listen, we have to like move anyway, right? So might as well do this and this. What's the play? Is it a travel? Is it a capture? Is it like a night? Is that the right move? We'll do it because we don't have a lot of time on the clock. Whoa. Oh, and we can't travel far enough back. Ah. The pawn was pinned. Right. And it was 2 moves in the past, so we can't recapture. And he didn't move on this board, so we can't travel on this board. That was a very chic mate. That was a very chic mate. That was a good one. Ah. Pin the pawn. I mean, as if you needed any other reason to not immediately block play like a G3 type move if your opponent plays Queen H4. This is pretty good. It makes a lot of sense. This is like kind of a canonical mate. I've like seen this before, but you know, it just didn't work out for us. It's because we thought we needed a Jurassic anyway. So we had to play the rook move, but GG. GG to Andre. You wouldn't have had that mate if you did the inactive soft mate. Nurik, no results like in game or indeed out of game would be worth it for me. Like the option was on the table and I verbally acknowledged it. So your argument is not of consequence. Even if I had won the game as a result of that, it would not have been worth it for me to make that play. So, GG, Andre. Nobody expects it. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it. It was good. It was a good mate. Ryan's apparently gotten a lot of people with this mate, but GG, Andre. Well played. I'm not very happy with my gameplay. I'm actually pretty happy with my gameplay in the first game, minus the misclick. Even though I didn't play F5 before I castled, I think it was still pretty fine. But this game, it was pretty bad. I had a position that I was like a little shaky about, and instead of like playing it out, making concessions, I spent way too long on a line of play that I didn't see like an actual conclusion from. But I decided to all in anyway, knowing that it probably didn't work. It definitely wasn't good. Games are to be won. There's no room for pride. I think that you haven't been listening to what I've been saying. I think that that's on Narik for not receiving the message, not me for not explaining my side of the issue. So I'm not very proud of my play this game, but that was well played regardless. It was a chic. I think that was like the most efficient way to mate. I think that you did a good job. But GG.